If nobody claps for you, clap for yourself. If nobody shows up for you, stand alone. If nobody believes in your dream, believe harder. The harsh truth is that sometimes you will be your only fan, your only source of energy, your own coach, your own cheerleader, your own accountability partner. And that's not something to fear. That's where the strength starts. You've got to stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Stop waiting for applause. Stop waiting for validation. Most people don't see the vision because it wasn't given to them. It was given to you. That means it's your responsibility to protect it, build it, and make it real. The world only sees results, not effort. They don't see the late nights, the breakdowns, the failed tries, the deep doubts. They don't see you battling your own mind just to keep going. And they won't see it, so don't wait for them to. People might not support you now, but when the results start speaking, they'll act like they always knew you could do it. So stop chasing their support. Chase the version of yourself that shows up anyway. Support is nice, but it's not required. You don't need a round of applause to put in work. You need discipline, you need belief, you need consistency, you need fire in your gut when nobody else cares. Some people won't get it, some people will doubt you. That's okay. It's not their job to believe, it's yours. Because in the end, it's not about what they think, it's about what you become. If you want to change your life, stop asking for permission, stop needing approval, build in silence. Build while you're doubted, build while you're misunderstood, build with shaky hands if you have to, but build. Most people don't show up for themselves, let alone someone else. So when you're walking a lonely road, don't turn around looking for company. Get comfortable with quiet. Get comfortable with doing it alone. Because that quiet is where growth happens. It's where habits are forged. It's where self-trust is built. You need to learn to move without being seen, to win without being praised, to get up without being pushed. Do it alone. Not because you're alone forever, but because you're strong enough to start. The people who matter will catch up when the momentum is undeniable. The energy you pour into waiting for support, that same energy could have been spent grinding, improving, creating, rebuilding. Stack those silent wins. Stack those solo reps. Stack the evidence that says, I don't need anyone to start. You want to know what separates winners from everyone else? Winners go when it's inconvenient. Winners grind when no one's watching. Winners don't need noise, they make it. You want to be that kind of person. You want to be the one who doesn't wait, who doesn't fold, who doesn't need hand-holding or applause to get serious about their goals. Here's the truth. Nobody owes you support. Nobody owes you motivation. Nobody owes you understanding. But you owe yourself effort. You owe yourself a shot. You owe yourself discipline. Because if you don't show up for yourself, who will? Do it alone. Go to the gym alone. Study alone. Build the business alone. Learn the skill alone. Practice alone. Train alone. Stay focused alone. Make the sacrifices alone. That's what builds resilience. That's what makes you unshakable. When you stop needing people to believe in you, you become unstoppable. Because now the only thing that can stop you is you. Every time you want to quit, ask yourself, who am I doing this for? What version of myself am I trying to build? What kind of future do I want to wake up to? And if the answer is a better one, then keep going. No support? Cool. Still going. No encouragement? Still showing up. Tired? Still working. Unseen? Still consistent. That's the energy that builds legacies. You don't have to yell about your work. You don't have to prove anything to anyone right now. Just do the work. Let the results speak when it's time. Your time is coming. But only if you don't quit when it's quiet. Only if you don't fold when it's lonely. Only if you commit in the dark. Start now. Start broken. Start confused. Start with fear in your chest. Start even when the voices in your head are louder than the cheers from outside. Start anyway, and then keep going. Stack one day, then stack another. You'll gain momentum. You'll gain clarity. You'll gain strength. That's how winners are made, not by crowds, but by consistency. Your dream is your responsibility. Stop outsourcing it to other people. Nobody is coming to save you, but you can save yourself. Every step you take alone makes you stronger. Every task completed alone sharpens your edge. Every sacrifice you make in silence earns you power. You don't have to tell the world, just show them when it's done. If nobody supports you, let that fuel you. Let it be proof that you're serious. Because people won't take you seriously until you've done what they didn't think you could do. That's fine. Let them underestimate you. Let them talk. Just don't let it stop you. Prove it, not to them, but to yourself. You are capable of doing hard things. You are capable of showing up daily. You are capable of becoming the kind of person who doesn't break under pressure. And that person, that future version of you, they're built one quiet day at a time. Alone, unnoticed, uncelebrated, but not wasted. You don't need motivation. You need systems. You need structure. You need a plan. Make it so simple that it's impossible to ignore. Do the reps. Put in the time. Track the progress. Trust the process. Because every system you build in solitude becomes your strength in the storm. The discipline you show today becomes the confidence you carry tomorrow. Confidence is not built in the mirror. It's built in the trenches. It's built when nobody's watching, nobody praising, nobody clapping. Just you versus you. Keep going when it's boring. Keep going when it's hard. Keep going when you feel invisible. Keep going even when it feels like you're not moving. Because the momentum you're building doesn't always show up in real time. Sometimes progress is silent. Sometimes growth is invisible. But if you keep showing up, it compounds. That's the law. The compound effect never lies. Every rep, every page, every workout, every early morning adds up, even when it feels like it doesn't. You ever plant a seed and expect a tree the next day? No. So why are you treating your goals like they're supposed to bloom overnight? That's not how it works. Just like roots grow before branches, your foundation builds before the results show. So keep showing up. Water the seed. Nurture the goal. Protect it from distractions, from doubt, from your own impatience. You don't need people to see the seed. Just let them see the tree when it blooms. This is about becoming someone that even your past self wouldn't recognize. That version of you that gave up, you owe it to them to show what was possible. That version that felt stuck, lost, hopeless, prove to them that there was another side. You don't owe the world explanations. You owe yourself results. If nobody supports you, that's a gift. Because when you build alone, your roots grow deeper. You learn how to trust yourself. You stop relying on external approval. You learn how to move in silence. You stop waiting for signs and start becoming the signal. Your goals need your energy, not your excuses, not your distractions, not your endless scrolling, comparing, doubting. Your energy is your currency. Spend it wisely. Spend it on habits that stack, skills that pay off, time that multiplies. Spend it on becoming who you said you'd be. Nobody's going to do this for you. That's not discouraging. That's empowering. You don't have to wait anymore. You can start building right now, from exactly where you are, with what you have, in the body you're in, with the mind you're working on. That's enough. You are enough to begin. Nobody believed in David until the giant fell. Nobody clapped for Jordan when he got cut. Nobody backed Oprah when she got fired. Nobody expected Musk to win when he was losing rockets. The world doesn't reward the dreamer, it rewards the finisher. So be the one who finishes. And let's be honest, it's supposed to be lonely. That's how you know you're on a different level. Most people won't understand because they're not wired like you. They're not hungry like you. They won't give up comfort or parties or Netflix binges or weekends. But you're playing the long game. So yeah, it's going to feel lonely. But that's the price of elevation. Do it alone. Not because you want to be alone forever, but because you refuse to stay stuck. Because average feels suffocating. Because comfort is a slow death. Because you know deep down that nothing changes until you do. If it's hard right now, good. That means you're leveling up. That means you're in the fire where pressure creates strength. That means you're not running from the process, you're standing in it. And standing in it builds a version of you that doesn't fold under heat. Let the struggle shape you. Let the silence teach you. Let the lack of applause build your humility. And let the consistency build your power. Do you want to know who you really are? Look at what you do when no one's watching. Look at how you move when there's no audience. That's the real you. That's who you're becoming. That's what matters. Show up for that person. Fight for that person. Build for that person. Because you'll never meet your best self by accident. You meet them through effort, through process, through discipline, through days when you didn't want to, through nights when you almost quit. When you do it alone, you learn that results don't come from motivation, they come from momentum. And momentum is created by motion. Get in motion. Start small, start messy, but start. Nobody's coming, and that's the best news. Because now you know who it's up to. Because now you know what you're capable of. Because now it's not about if, it's about when. And when that when comes, you won't be surprised. You'll be ready. Because you didn't wait, you didn't beg, you didn't stall. You built. You built in the dark. You built in the doubt. You built when it was hard. You built with no applause. And now you're unshakable. You are the type of person who shows up anyway. Keep walking, especially when it's just your footsteps echoing back at you. Keep pushing, especially when nobody notices. Keep showing up, especially when the results aren't obvious yet. Because this phase, this season of silence, it's where most people quit. Not because they weren't capable, but because they mistook being alone for being wrong. You're not wrong. You're early. When you're doing it alone, your mind becomes your battleground. Every voice in your head will try to convince you to take the easy way out, to slow down, to coast, to fold. That's when you fight back. That's when you say, I'm not here to be comfortable. I'm here to be great. And greatness? It doesn't beg for approval. It creates proof. Doing it alone forces you to choose. You either step into your power or you shrink back into your comfort zone. One builds you. One buries you. Choose wisely. Some days, nobody's going to check on you. Nobody's going to ask if you've done the work. Nobody's going to call and say, hey, did you stay on track? That's not their job. That's your job. You've got to be the one who checks your own behavior. You've got to build the kind of discipline that doesn't need a witness, that doesn't need a schedule, that doesn't need a reminder. This is about becoming someone you can trust. Think about that. Can you trust you? Can you trust yourself to follow through? Can you trust yourself to keep your own word? Because if you can't trust yourself, why should anyone else? Doing it alone is where that trust gets forged. That's where you stop outsourcing your standards. You stop waiting for someone to pull you up. You realize, if I want to rise, I climb. And guess what? You start climbing. Alone. In the dark. One grip at a time. One step at a time. And no, you don't feel strong every day. You don't feel motivated every day. But you move anyway. Because forward is forward. And nobody said the climb would feel good. They just said it would be worth it. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's. You don't know what they sacrificed, what they endured, what they gave up. And frankly, it doesn't matter. Because this is your race. This is your mission. And the only question that matters is, are you willing to suffer for what you say you want? Support may come later. Fans might show up eventually. But if they never do, would you still be proud of how you moved? That's the real question. Would you still be proud of how you built, of how you fought for your goals, even when it was just you in the mirror? Because that mirror doesn't lie. It sees the skipped days, the broken promises, the excuses. It sees the effort too, the nights you could have quit, the mornings you forced yourself out of bed, the tears you wiped away,
and kept going. The mirror knows. And one day, that reflection changes. Slowly, then suddenly, the eyes sharpen, the posture shifts, the confidence grows, and for the first time, you don't see someone pretending to be disciplined. You see someone who is, someone who earned it, alone. If you're walking the hard road right now, with no help, no recognition, no one clapping for you, I want you to know something. You're not behind, you're ahead. You're doing the work most people avoid. You're facing the silence most people fear. And that means you're becoming what most people won't. This is where resilience is born, where hunger sharpens, where grit hardens. You're not weak for walking alone. You're rare, and rare things are valuable. So let people doubt you. Let them sleep on you.
Let them laugh, roll their eyes, talk behind your back. Let them think you're obsessed, intense, over the top. Then quietly, let your results correct their assumptions. Because when your moment comes, and it will, you won't have to say a word. You'll just walk in with the strength of someone who built it all from the ground up. With no handouts, no shortcuts, no audience, just work. That kind of confidence doesn't need validation. That kind of power is earned, not gifted. And when people ask you how you did it, you'll smile, because they'll never really understand what it took. The nights you were overlooked, the days you felt broken, the years you spent in the shadows. All they'll see is the outcome, but you'll know the process, and you'll carry that forever. If you're doing it alone, you're in rare company. Not because you're unwanted, but because you're unwilling to wait. Most people wait. They wait for the right partner, the right time, the right mood. They wait for the market to shift, for motivation to return, for someone to finally see them, but not you. You go anyway. You build anyway. You move forward without needing all the lights green. You don't need a parade to start marching. Do you know how many dreams have died waiting for permission? How many goals were buried under the weight of "I'll do it when I have more support, when I have more time, when it feels easier." The truth is, the people who win, really win, are the ones who move even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. If nobody's cheering, build the scoreboard. Track your own wins. Set the standard for yourself. Compete with your past, not someone else's present. And if it feels like you're moving slow, that's okay. The mountain doesn't care about speed. It only responds to the climber who keeps climbing. You don't have to move fast, but you do have to keep moving. Let's talk about routines, systems, not sexy, not flashy, but life-changing. If you're doing this alone, your systems are your safety net. They keep you focused when your emotions scream to quit. Set your alarm, eat the right food, go to the gym, read the book, build the habit, repeat, and when it gets boring, good. That's when you know it's working. See, champions don't rely on excitement, they rely on structure. If you want consistency, build it. Don't feel like working? Too bad, work anyway. You think successful people feel like it every day? They don't. They just stop letting that matter. Do it tired, do it anxious, do it afraid, do it imperfect, but do it. Because every time you keep your word to yourself, you grow. Every time you follow through, even when nobody would have noticed if you didn't, you notice. You build integrity. You build grit. And that kind of inner strength, unbeatable. People might not see your sacrifices, but they'll feel your results. They'll see how you carry yourself. They'll see how your energy shifts, how your decisions sharpen, how your presence changes. That's what happens when you've been forged in the fire of solitude. They'll say you got lucky. They'll say you blew up overnight. But they didn't see the 6 a.m. alarms, the nights you didn't go out, The weekends you spent working, the parties you skipped, the comfort you gave up, the loneliness you endured, the noise you blocked out. That's okay. Let them stay confused. You keep showing up. Let's be clear. Doing it alone doesn't mean doing it forever. The right people will come, but only if you're moving, only if you're already building. You attract better connections when you've already proven you're serious. Real recognize real. And the ones who respect the grind will respect you. But if they never show up, you're still enough. You were always enough. This isn't about bitterness. This isn't about proving people wrong. This is about proving you right. About showing up for your vision. About honoring the calling that was planted inside of you. Because if you don't take it seriously, why should anyone else? Stop saying, I wish someone would believe in me. You first. Stop asking, why won't they support me? You first. Be your own biggest believer. Be your own support system. Be your own fire. You've got everything you need. The next level of your life doesn't need external applause. It needs internal obsession. It needs discipline over hype, clarity over chaos, long-term focus over short-term comfort. That's the currency of growth. So many people quit when it gets quiet, when the hype fades, when the early excitement burns off. But that's the turning point. That's the separator. That's when you dig deep. That's when you plant your feet and say, this matters too much to stop now. Every workout, every journal entry, every rejection, every failure, every micro decision that feels pointless, none of it is wasted. It's all a vote for the person you're becoming. And if you keep voting, you change. Period. The key? Don't miss 2 days in a row. 1 day off is life. 2 is a pattern. 1 mistake is human. 2 in a row is momentum, in the wrong direction. Protect your momentum like your life depends on it. Because in a way, it does. Your future, your self-worth, your success, it all hinges on whether or not you keep going when nobody is watching. You already know what quitting feels like. So try persistence. Try obsession. Try showing up even when it sucks. You're going to be shocked at how far that takes you. Because the truth is, most people don't fail from lack of talent. They fail from lack of patience. They quit at 40%. They fold at the first sign of resistance. But you're built different. You're reading this because something in you refuses to settle. You want more. You know more is possible. And deep down, you believe you can get there, even if you're the only one who does. That's your edge. That's your fire. That's your fuel. If you've ever wondered about the real story behind this channel, how I went from struggling and lost to motivating thousands of people every single day, now's your chance to hear it. I've shared my full journey, all the ups and downs, in a special audio and PDF just for you. If you want to get inspired and learn how I turned my life around, check out the link in the pinned comment. Your breakthrough might be just one story away.